been winning like I found the perfect cheat code. Social distance, shawty, don't get close to people. Had a lot of problems, but I couldn't keep them. I've been on a wave so big to wipe out lethal. Switch it up, ayy. Take it slow, bring it back, let them know, break it down, to the flow, pick it up, let it go, baby. Back on the grind, don't shake my shine. You could do me wrong, I'ma be alright, cause you could try to pull me back down, but it's gonna take you a while. Back on the grind, don't shake my shine. You could do me wrong, I'ma be alright, cause you could try to pull me back down, but it's gonna take you a while. I catch honeybees, they don't sting like me. I'm resilient, like an apple tree. Always wanted more, they try bother me, but I get money, yeah, like it falls from trees. I just wanna dance, I just wanna sing for someone like me. Dreams don't come for free, but I take my time, it'll come to me. You could have it all, but it's hard to keep. Switch it up, take it slow, bring it back, let them know, break it down, to the flow, pick it up, let it go, switch it up, take it slow, bring it back, let them know, break it down, to the flow, pick it up, let it go, baby. Back on the grind, don't shake my shine. You could do me wrong, I'll be alright, cause you could try to pull me back down, but it's gonna take you a while. Back on the grind, don't shake my shine. You could do me wrong, I'ma be alright, cause you could try to pull me back down, but it's gonna take you a while. Every single time, what did you make of it? Every day could be a memory you won't forget. Before you die, you gotta live like you were made for this. It's a wild world out there, you gotta go for it, yeah. Every single time, what did you make of it? Every day could be a memory you won't forget. Before you die, you gotta live like you were made for this. It's a wild world out there, you gotta go for it, yeah.
Bye!
What a wonderful collection of folk that we just saw in this video. I honestly had such a great time making it. I also wanted to take this opportunity to speak a little bit more about my personal experience as a female in the climbing community and the work that I've been doing for myself in the background on how I think I would like to authentically support other women. Because I know it's so important to do so. On the other hand, there's a part of me that recognizes that I have definitely been conditioned due to my upbringing and culture about competing against other women as a woman myself. So it's definitely a bit of an internal tug of war, and I don't know whether this is something that other people have experienced, but when I was growing up, I was always taught you need to be the best, you need to compete against other people. And that's definitely been ingrained in my mind for so long that when I do come up to scenarios where I am with other women, I'm often inclined to react quite defensively and want to compete with them in order to validate myself. And I think that this is unfortunately a toxic behavior that I have learnt during my lifetime, and now it's about unlearning that and also understanding that you need to be in the right mindset to support other women in this environment. So I've devised 4 really handy reminders that I like to keep reiterating to myself so that I can change my mindset and be in the right headspace to be able to genuinely support other women. First and foremost, I like to tell myself that my worth is not equivalent to the climbing grade that I'm doing or the strength that I have. And the reason I say this is because we are constantly so caught up in evaluating ourselves to be reduced to a number or a climbing grade or some sort of metric to define our worth. But the reality is we are worth so much more than that. We have so many layers. We're such complex human beings that it is just so reductionist. And I'm very guilty of this because I get really caught up in saying what grade I want to climb. But at the end of the day, it loses sight of what I need to do to put myself in a better mindset. Because constantly reducing yourself to a certain number not only simplifies you as a person, but completely forgets about all your life experiences and who you are that make you you. So that's definitely something that I really need to remind myself so I can redefine my perspective and put myself in a better place to be able to support the ones around me. The second thing that I like to do is to reiterate the fact that it is okay not to always send. And this is a narrative that I keep speaking to myself about because I'm unintentionally telling myself a lot of the time that I need to send, and I get really fixated on sending a certain grade because I have this preconceived expectation of myself. And unfortunately, it's not reflective of life and not reflective of reality. Life is ups and downs, and it's got its failures and successes, and that should be reflective of my own expectations. So telling myself that it's okay not to send, sometimes it's okay to give up, is just a nice way to treat yourself with kindness. At the end of the day, for me, having fun is the most important part, and that's something that I often forget when I get into these mindsets. Third reminder is very close to my heart, in which I constantly think that everything is a competition. And if you've met me in real life, I probably don't seem that way, but I think I've internalized a lot of that through my upbringing, as the adults in my life used to compare me a lot to other people around me, and I feel like that's a very common experience. The way that I get around this is to tell myself that everyone is on their own path, and I need to stay in my own lane because I'm going at exactly the correct speed that I need to go at. Comparing myself not only makes me feel worse about myself, but even if I feel better than somebody else, it also makes me put myself on a pedestal. So I'm constantly being validated by outside forces, when in reality, all I need to do is validate myself on the inside and know my own worth. So I feel like this comes across very clearly in climbing, where I sometimes am competing with the people around me, and it just is so detrimental to my own self-talk that it doesn't make climbing fun anymore. So the way that I speak to myself is, I can be just as good as somebody, but I'm different, because everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, and it's so easy to compare just based off this climbing grade. But there are so many other complex aspects about each person that make them unique to their strengths and their abilities, and that's something that we should be focusing on, not focusing on whether we are this number or where we are in comparison to other people. And this is extremely cliche, but so true, but we all know that comparison is a thief of joy, and that's something that definitely doesn't put me in the right headspace if I want to be supporting the people around me. And finally, to top it all off, the most important thing is to look after your mental health first. That means respecting your own boundaries and respecting other people's boundaries. So you might not always be in the right headspace to be able to support the women around you, but these little tips and reminders have definitely helped me redefine my perspective so I'm in the right headspace to be able to support other women around me. But understand that you may not be able to do it all the time, and that's completely okay. Look after yourself first, and do not forget to celebrate the wonderful and amazing women in your life. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a different one, but nonetheless, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Goodbye.
It's just the drum blows, yeah. Walk around like who you, yeah. Just something you get used to.